Antarctica has been the source of high strangeness for a long time. Rumors of UFOs and alien bases go back to the 1930s. Hitler wanted to build bases there. Some people think he did. Eyewitnesses said aggressive flying, disc-shaped craft chased the Navy out of the area. Navy flight crews reported silver discs zipping over mountain peaks at impossible speeds. The crews were told to never speak of it.
Below is a fully rewritten professional American documentary news style script, built from your research paper, expanded and structured to exceed 1,800 words, with a strong investigative intro and a clear narrative flow. Interviews are ignored, tone is restrained and authoritative, and the story progresses logically from discovery to implications. For decades, Antarctica was treated as the last blank space on Earth, a continent defined not by history, but by absence. No cities, no ruins, no memory, just ice, wind, and silence stretching beyond the horizon. That assumption no longer holds. In the most remote region on the planet, beneath more than 2 kilometers of ancient ice, scientists have detected something that should not be there. Not a crack, not a natural void, but a structure, symmetrical, geometric, deliberate, and its estimated age, roughly 12,000 years, places it at a moment in human history that changes everything. This discovery did not begin as a search for lost civilizations or forbidden knowledge. It began as routine science. A multinational research team led by the British Antarctic Survey, working alongside scientists from the University of California and Norway's Polar Institute, was conducting a long-term study of Antarctic ice sheet movement. Their mission was straightforward: map subsurface ice layers using advanced ground-penetrating radar to better understand how Antarctica's ice responds to climate change. The region they surveyed lay deep within East Antarctica, far from research stations, shipping lanes, or historical expeditions. A place chosen precisely because nothing was expected to be there. Then the radar screens changed. At first, the anomaly looked like noise, irregular echoes caused by compressed ice layers or buried rock. These are common in Antarctic scans and usually dismissed. But when the team passed over the same location again, the pattern returned. Sharper, clearer. The lines beneath the ice were straight, not approximately straight, precisely straight. Parallel corridors, right angles, repeating symmetry. Nature rarely produces geometry like that. The anomaly extended for hundreds of meters beneath the ice, resting on a base that reflected radar waves differently from surrounding bedrock. The structure appeared flat, expansive, and internally organized, unlike any known natural formation beneath Antarctica. The team stopped the survey. Over the following weeks, they established a temporary research camp nearby, operating in near-total isolation. Temperatures dropped well below -40 degrees Celsius. Equipment failed regularly. Storms shut down operations without warning. Yet the anomaly remained. To rule out instrument error, the team deployed seismic sensors, satellite gravimetry, and secondary radar systems. Each confirmed the same result. Beneath the ice lay a solid object with internal structure and unusual density. Gravity readings suggested material heavier than ice or sediment, possibly stone. Multiple passes from different angles produced identical geometry. At depths approaching 2 kilometers, the radar signals began to shift. Ice crystal patterns changed. The surrounding ice showed signs of subtle thermal variation, as if the material below had once influenced the environment around it. Ice cores drilled near the anomaly revealed unusually uniform crystal growth, consistent with long-term thermal stability. Isotope analysis placed the surrounding ice layers at approximately 12,000 years old, dating to the end of the last ice age and the Younger Dryas period, a time of abrupt global climate change. The implication was unavoidable. Whatever lay beneath the ice had been buried when Antarctica transitioned from a partially exposed landmass to the frozen continent we know today. As imaging resolution improved, the structure's layout became more disturbing. Long corridors, rectangular chambers, defined edges, a network extending laterally across the subsurface. The formation appeared constructed, not eroded, and crucially, seismic reflections confirmed that it was not a mirage caused by overlapping ice layers. Independent teams in Germany, Japan, and New Zealand analyzed the raw data. Each reached the same conclusion: the pattern was real. The debate shifted from "is it there?" to "what is it?" Several explanations emerged. Geologists proposed volcanic intrusion, magma that cooled into regular shapes beneath the ice. But volcanic formations do not produce long, repeating right angles across hundreds of meters. Others suggested tectonic fracturing, but stress fractures lack internal symmetry. A buried meteorite crater was considered, then rejected. Impact structures produce radial chaos, not ordered geometry. None of the natural explanations fully accounted for the data. That opened the door to more controversial theories. The first was the civilization hypothesis. If the structure was artificial, then it implied that intelligent beings, possibly humans, were present in Antarctica around 12,000 years ago. This would place habitation at the edge of the Ice Age, during a period when sea levels were lower and climates were shifting rapidly. At that time, Antarctica was not uniformly frozen. Ice core evidence shows repeated cycles of glacial retreat and advance. In warmer intervals, parts of the continent may have been exposed, supporting tundra, liquid water, and possibly limited vegetation. Humans were already thriving in extreme environments elsewhere. Archaeological evidence confirms advanced survival in Siberia, Greenland, and Ice Age Europe. Coastal migration routes were open. Sea levels were more than 100 meters lower than today. The idea of humans reaching Antarctica, while extraordinary, is no longer unthinkable. Another theory extended further back. Some researchers cautiously explored the possibility that the structure predated modern humans altogether. Not extraterrestrial, but prehistorical. A lost intelligent species or an early technological culture that vanished during the climatic upheavals of the Ice Age. This theory remains speculative, but the scale and precision of the formation keep it in discussion. A third explanation, the hybrid hypothesis, suggests the structure may have begun as a natural geological feature later modified by intelligent hands. An exposed stone formation reshaped into shelter, storage, or ritual space before being entombed by advancing ice. This model accounts for both natural and artificial elements and remains one of the more conservative interpretations. Still, the implications are profound. If the structure is artificial, then Antarctica's history must be rewritten. It would mean that human exploration and construction occurred far earlier and in far harsher environments than previously believed. It would also force a re-evaluation of climate timelines. For such a structure to exist above ice 12,000 years ago, Antarctica must have been warmer and more accessible far more recently than current models suggest. This matters not just for history, but for the future. Antarctica's ice sheet is often described as stable on human timescales. But if it advanced rapidly enough to bury large structures within a few thousand years, then its behavior may be far less predictable. The discovery also raises political and ethical questions. Antarctica is governed by international treaty. No nation owns it. No excavation can proceed without consensus. If the structure proves artificial, who has the right to study it, to preserve it, or to leave it untouched? Environmental concerns loom large. Drilling into ancient ice risks contaminating ecosystems that have been sealed for millennia. Subglacial lakes, such as Lake Vostok, already host unique microbial life, untouched by the surface world. Any mistake could erase evidence before it is understood. As debate intensified, access tightened. Funding became cautious, permits slowed. Some datasets were restricted pending review. Critics accused institutions of suppressing findings. Others warned against sensationalism. The scientific community fractured along familiar lines. Skepticism versus possibility. Then came the next phase. Plans were drafted for robotic exploration. Subglacial probes designed to withstand extreme pressure and cold. Precision drills capable of extracting samples without melting surrounding ice. Autonomous cameras to capture the first direct images of the structure. Each mission would take years to plan. Then, during a preliminary drilling operation, something unexpected happened. At a depth near the anomaly's upper boundary, the drill encountered resistance inconsistent with ice or sediment. Core samples were extracted. At first glance, they appeared ordinary. Then the frost was removed. Beneath the ice was stone, not fractured, not eroded, smooth, flat, marked by linear grooves inconsistent with natural formation. Microscopic analysis revealed tool-like striations, patterns produced by deliberate shaping. Additional samples confirmed the same result. The material was not native bedrock fractured by ice. It had been worked. The camp fell silent. Within hours, the data was transmitted to off-site laboratories. Independent verification followed. The age estimates remained consistent. Approximately 12,000 years. News leaked. Public reaction was immediate and polarized. Headlines spoke of lost. Civilizations. Critics warned of misinterpretation. Social media filled with speculation. Scientific institutions urged caution. Governments requested briefings. The Antarctic Treaty faced questions it was never designed to answer. Educational materials suddenly felt outdated. The discovery did not provide clear answers. It did something more unsettling. It reopened questions thought long settled. Was human history more complex than recorded? Did civilizations rise and fall beyond the margins of memory? Were entire chapters erased by ice, sea level rise, and time? Antarctica, once thought empty, may hold one of humanity's oldest secrets. For now, the structure remains buried, protected by ice, guarded by treaties, surrounded by uncertainty. Future missions may reveal more, or confirm that nature itself can mimic intelligence in ways we do not yet understand. Either way, the discovery has already changed the conversation. Antarctica is no longer just a frozen desert. It is a question, and beneath its ice, that question is waiting.